Hey guys, welcome to Pistol Creek Range. Today we're going to do a video on a free shooting analytics web application that we actually created here at Pistol Creek Range. It's free to use and it can be for mobile devices and for desktop devices or tablets. It's a free shooting analytics web app built for the community for everyone to use that allows you to compare different firearms, attachments, red dots, scopes, triggers, even drills. If you want to compare your performance on drills, it allows you to compare all of these different items and view their average hit factors or performance scores based on whatever you want to compare. And it allows you to create entries in the web application that are called intel entries, and each entry has some data attached to it. The web application then takes all of the entries that you put in here and it will compare and create a whole bunch of different graphs that are downloadable for you. These are images, so you can take the images and share them with your friends. You can create shareable links for the reports and just text your friend or email your friend a link containing the report, and then they can load it up right on their mobile device or PC. Just keep in mind, if you send any links, these shareable links, they have no privacy built in, right? So all the data is there. Anything you send to your friend, I mean, they're gonna have it. But it's a really cool free shooting analytics web app that we created, and no data is collected on the end user. So this all runs in the browser. It all runs on the front end. We're not collecting any data on what kind of firearms you have, your weapons attachments, or anything like that. So don't worry about that. It has some built-in tools that come with it as well. So you'll see when you first load it, you'll see it allows you to upload a CSV report. So if you've used it in the past and you have created some reports already, you can upload those reports again and continue working from where you left off. You can export data, and of course you can clear all the data from the browser if you want. But some of the other tools are, you have a basic hit factor calculator, a standard hit factor calculator, and an advanced hit factor calculator. And it comes with some free printable files like printable targets, different sizes there, and even some like range data sheets to keep track if you're going to be performing your own tests. Right, so we recently just released a video comparing the Canik TP9 Elite SC versus the Glock 43X. And since we have some of that data, we're gonna go ahead and show it now, okay? All right, so what you'll see here on the screen is that once you're in range intel, you're gonna immediately see that you have your standard, your hit factor calculators up at the top. So you've got your basic, your standard, and your advanced hit factor calculator. So your basic is, it allows you to use pretty much any scored target you want and come up with a way to measure it if you want to shoot with it, right? So you just put in your total points for whatever kind of target you're using and your total time. You obviously want to keep track of the time, but if you don't want time included for whatever reason, say you're just maybe you're shooting a group of 5 shots at 100 yards. If you don't want time included, instead of putting like the milliseconds, just put 1. Right, just for 1 second, and when the average is calculated, it'll work out better for you that way if you don't want to include time. But yeah, you can take any target, put the total points in, the total time, and you can calculate your hit factor and then actually add it to the intel entry form right below. But let me go ahead and show you a little bit of this. So we have a standard hit factor calculator as well. The standard hit factor calculator is the one everyone's going to be familiar with, used for competition, competitive shooting. So that's built in here as well with your major and minors. All right, and then we also have an advanced hit factor calculator. Now this is a custom hit factor calculator that we made. So for anyone who's using specialized targets or like targets that we have here in the printable file section, these may have different score zones. So for example, the default for the advanced hit factor calculator is gonna have X, B, C, and D. Okay, for your score zones. But what's really cool about this is that you can add or remove as many scoring zones as you want, and you can change them and customize them. And so if you make your own targets, you can use this tool in conjunction with whatever score zones you come up with. And you can assign different point values to them, but below you also still have your missed shots, no shoot, procedurals, and then your total time. So pretty cool tools. So when we go down here, we have something called it's the Intel entry form, but this is where you add your Intel entry, and that's what we call it. So this is basically going to be you performing a test at the range using a certain loadout, and you're going to have that documented, and then you're going to put that into the Intel form right here, and then add it to the Intel list, which is below. So this includes like some of these are optional, and it'll say if one is optional or not, but this includes like the drill name you're going to be performing, because if you're going to be performing a drill, that's probably a good idea that you put the drill name in here so you can compare them. You have your firearm name, your optic name, your different ammo types, muzzle device, trigger name, the distance, target name, weather, temperature, and then your date, which is also optional. Right below that, you have the section where you put in your hit factors. So this is really cool. So like, let's say we're gonna take the Glock, for example, a Glock 19, and we're gonna perform a test on it. We would put it in, we'd put all the information in here, and we could say it has the stock trigger, we're running the bill drill, we have iron sights on, factory iron sights, we're doing 124 grain 9mm FMJ, and we're standing at a distance of 7 meters, 7 yards. We put all the information in here, but then we want to actually put in our hit factors or our scores that we got. So this is really cool. If you performed, let's say, the bill drill 5 times, you're gonna have 5 hit factors. So what you would do is click this button that says add hit factor or score until you have 5 hit factor entries. You could then put all of your hit factors into each one of these input boxes right here. And when you add this Intel entry to the Intel list, it's going to add up automatically all of those hit factor scores for you, and it's going to provide you with an average. You'll still have access to those scores so you can see them individually, but that's just kind of what it does. It's going to automatically provide you with the average so you don't have to do all the math, and then it's going to graph everything for you and create reports for you that are shareable and downloadable, which is pretty cool. And what's the point of all of this? Well, the point of doing this is to actually be able to test a loadout that you carry or that you have designed for yourself and compare it and hopefully optimize your personal loadout, whether it be for everyday carry or range fun or whatever else you've got going on. The tool was designed to help you figure out how to best optimize the items that you have with you or on you. So if you're not sure if whether or not you actually do perform better with a certain trigger or with a certain optic or a certain firearm, then actually design some tests, go through the tests, put it into this application, and then you'll be able to compare all of them. And this also saves it. So like, let's say you want to compare 10 different firearms that you own. This will allow you to keep and save all of that as long as you export your data, and you can just keep adding to this list, this Intel list that you build for yourself over time, to know what you really perform best with or what you need to work on and get better at using. So it's not necessarily that you're just going to find the best item for you. It's also a tool that tells you what you need to train with more in order to get better with that. So let's scroll down to the Intel list. So what you're going to see here, these are a bunch of Intel entries that got put into the Intel list. So we have multiple entries for the Glock 43X in this case. And the reason there's multiple entries is because there's multiple drills. And so for each drill, we made a completely new intel entry. And each drill, I believe, had 5 repetitions for each drill. So they each had 5 hit factors associated with them. So for example, if we go over to this first firearm intel entry for the Glock 43X, we can click on manage. And that shows us the data. And this is actually, you can edit all of this and change all of it. But if you scroll down, you can actually view the hit factor data for that intel entry. So yeah, we had 5 hit factors that we put in there, and then it will also tell you your total points, your average hit factor, the highest hit factor, and the lowest hit factor we had. So that's embarrassing. For the Glock 43X, we had a lowest hit factor of 3.83. This was for the bill drill. So anyways, that's in there. So this is really cool stuff because you can edit all of this information, and you can also export these reports later on and add to it over time. So a really cool feature that I want to talk about before we continue on, well, we'll go ahead and continue on. No, we'll go ahead and talk about it actually, is you have the ability to delete an intel entry right here. Which obviously that's going to delete it, but you can also just disable an intel entry. And when you disable these intel entries, it will completely regraph all of the data on all of the different graphs and reports. So keep that in mind. Really cool and super valuable feature. This will allow you to tweak and get insights in to the tests you're doing that otherwise you just couldn't. So if you had a list of like 10 or 15 firearms or optics that were already in your intel list, if you just want to compare 2 or compare the percent performance, the difference in performance improvement or difference in, the performance drop, you can disable 8 out of those 10 guns and just compare 2. And so that's kind of what we're going to be doing as you come along the journey with us, and we're going to be going through a lot of different firearms over time. All right, so you have a quick section up here that's called the top performer. Now, it's not always going to be extremely useful for you. It just depends how you're setting it up. But if you're just testing 3 guns, it's automatically going to detect which one was the top performing loadout based on which one had the highest average hit factor or score. So pretty cool though. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of sections in here, and we'll make more detailed videos in the future. But you have statistics about firearms, heat maps for each drill. I mean, it has a lot in here. The percent improvement and percent drop when you compare 2 firearms, and this will compare the top 2 distinct firearms in the intel list. But like I said, you get to test a lot of different things and export these reports. You can compare optic stats. If you want to test out different types of ammo, you can test out different types of ammo, and muzzles and triggers and drills and targets, and even the weather. So why is there weather in here? The weather is really in here to help you keep track of anomalies. So if something was going on and the data is kind of showing that, hey, why is this score, this average hit factor so much lower? Well, you might be able to go, and if you kept track of the weather, you can go and see if it was like raining hard that day when you performed that drill. Well, anyways, guys, this was just an intro into the tool. We'll have more videos coming up soon about some of the things that you can do with it. But if you have any questions or if you have any requests about it, let us know in the comments or send us a message, because this is a tool for the community and we want to make this better for you guys over time. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.